I'm back in the same old surroundings. I've got a box from the same old shop. Things must be getting back to normal here. Come back to the titles and find out what's in the box. Hey everybody, Anthony Dodge from Train Outside of the Miracle Outsider here with another First Impressions video, the first in a while. Obviously, I just got back from 3 weeks in Australia, hanging out with Artie and seeing the amazing countryside. And it was Father's Day while we were gone, and I gave Joyce my Model Bond Shop wish list, and she picked out a Loco for me. And the one she specifically picked out was a Roco. And I'll just show it up here for now. It is a Vectron from the Czech Railways. This is what now pulls the EC, the Czech EC, my blue Czech cars. Class 101s from Germany, and the Class 371 I have, but this is replaced the 371 in service, and so I put it on my wish list as well. If I had nothing else to get, I would get this. And well, Joyce got it for me for Father's Day, so it was waiting here when we got back. So let's get it out of the box, take a look at it, and we'll go through the usual routine. Check in a minute. Here it is out of the box. This is Roco number 78056. This is not a new release. This was released last year. And I put it on my wish list as sort of a, I'll get it, maybe, maybe not. Well, obviously, I got it now. It is running numbers. It's a Vectron. It's a Class 193. And it is 193696-2. This is obviously 3-rail Wechselstrom AC. It comes with 25 functions. And it weighs 454 grams. Boy, it sure didn't feel like it weighed that much when I picked it up out of the box. Speaking of the box, I don't tend to do openings anymore on camera, but this one came in a very bizarre ice block. Very hard to get apart. And so I hope Roco will, if that's something Roco's doing new, hopefully they will adapt it, because that was a pain in the butt. Anyhow, very stylish, very colorful. As you can see, because it's international, multinational running, it has 4 pantographs. Very nicely detailed. If we come in, the Czech BR193 colors, the blue, the whites, and grays. Detailing by Roco, as always, will be first rate, so the print. Let's get a look at the handrails. It has a couple of interesting sound effects. This one has a passing train sound effect, which I found interesting, as well as emergency stop sound effects. Nice and loud, multiple horn functions, not many whistle functions, but multiple horn functions. So just nicely detailed, very sharp Loco, but it's Roco. You're going to get a nice looking and usually a very nice running locomotive. So I'm going to run this in, and then we will put it to the test. So what will be over an hour for me will be just a second for you. Okay, it is all run in and ready to go. It ran in very silently in one direction. When I changed directions, it was a little bit noisier, but it's going against points and such on that track when it was doing that, so maybe that's all it was. Just a little bit noisier. Still a very silent runner, very smooth. So it's time for the final test, which is let's take it up the hill and see how it handles everything. Now remember, the incline starts right about this clump of white trees here. So here it goes, up the incline. Smooth so far. And levels out at the station. Looked pretty good, looked pretty good. Going around a second time. Very sharp looking loco. Running smooth, but it's a Roco. And I think anybody who follows this channel long enough knows I have a very strong positive opinion of Roco. I've had maybe one dud with a Roco, but overall just so up the incline again. Let's see, because usually hesitation will be in this area just as it gets its steepest. Nice and smooth, straight through. So, what are my first impressions of this Czech Railways, Czech InterCity Class 193 Vectron locomotive? I like it a lot. I like it a lot. It's a great, I just like the Czech Railway looks. The blues really stand out. Very crisp detailing and lettering. Sound functions very strong and consistent. It ran in smoothly, which is a good sign, and it handled the incline twice. Obviously, time is the only true test of the quality of a locomotive. That's why I call these videos first impressions. And I tend to be very positive. There's been a few. I think it started off quietly and running in, but when I reversed direction, it was making a little bit of noise, what I would consider normal noise. It was just impressively very quiet when it started running in. Of course, I do oil and make sure everything's good to go before running it in. And as mentioned, it handled the incline very well, nice and smooth at medium speed without weight. Maybe something to add to these videos further down the road maybe is some testing with weight behind it, pulling some freight or passenger cars. In this case, it would be passengers. As you can see, it's hooked up here. So I think right now it looks like it's a good model. I'm glad to have it. It was a great Father's Day gift. It was something that was on my wish list, but not my must-have list. And it just gives me another option for locos. Obviously, I love my Class 371, but the Czech railways are upgrading, and the 371s are being phased out, and the 193s are replacing them. So that is my first impression, that it looks like another Roco winner. But again, time and usage can change these things. So I'm going to end this video with a couple of shots of it pulling some freight, or pulling some weight. It's going to pull some passenger cars. And hopefully it won't be too long before I can do another first impressions video, but I don't have anything on the primary list right now. It's just when things get released, and most of these look like they're going to be Q3 and Q4 releases of the stuff I've ordered for this year. So until the next video, I will say Auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, and happy trains. Take care, everybody.